Well, hey folks, welcome back to Good Things for Good People, the little tiny YouTube channel with great big dreams, a change in the world for good, one viewer at a time. That means you. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate you. I promise I will keep today's video, or this evening's video, I guess, since it's already dark outside, very short and sweet. I ended up working a whole lot longer than I expected to today, and I still have about a 3-hour drive ahead of me. Headed west. I've got to go to Indianapolis for work for the rest of the week. So I need to get this video done and uploaded so you can see it, and then I need to get on the road. For those of you who haven't been here, welcome. I appreciate you being here. For those of you who have been here before, I really appreciate you. All of you folks who continue to watch these videos, who subscribe in this, who believe in our mission here. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you folks, and we wouldn't be getting anywhere if it wasn't for every single one of you. For those who are new here, this is the premise of the project. Good Things for Good People. We are going to use social media for good. I know, right? It's crazy. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to encourage positivity. We're trying to encourage philanthropy. We're trying to encourage charity. We're trying to uplift, not tear down, which is unfortunately what typically most of social media is used for these days. We do try to encourage and empower random acts of kindness. And today, other than the fact that I worked really late and I did a bunch of running around to try to enable our business to do more business, I didn't really get much of a chance to be able to do much of a random act of kindness today. But I did reach out to my significant other, Katrina, as I was leaving work and as she was leaving work to see if she wanted to meet up for dinner on the way home, which we did. So I guess that was kind of a thing. It's a self-serving good deed, but it kind of counts, right? However, while we were there, Katrina bought my dinner. Thanks, my dear. And one better, she even over-tipped the waitress very nicely because that young lady was stressed out and running all over the place with her head cut off because she was the only wait staff in the entire building. So today is a random act of kindness. Katrina's the winner for that one. So thank you very much, my love. I do appreciate you. I'm glad to see that you are modeling the kind of behavior that I'm talking about. It's fantastic to see. So I'm glad that there are other folks around that are doing the same kind of things. I know you probably would do things even if it wasn't for me making YouTube videos, but I do appreciate it. I do want to keep tonight's video pretty short and sweet. I don't want to get into too many details and get into too far into the specifics. Let's just say it's been a great couple of days. The last 3 days in a row, we have been plus 40 hours of watch time every single day, which is you folks that are doing that. Thank you so much. When we get those kind of days, it chunks out that monetization requirement faster and faster and faster. So the time you guys spend here is directly responsible for how fast we're going to get this channel monetized. When we get people spending 10, 15, 20 minutes on a video, it just keeps on adding up that watch time. Now we are officially, as of just a couple of moments ago, at 530 subscribers. So if you were the 530th subscriber, thank you for clicking on the button. I'm really grateful to have you here, and I do very much appreciate you. For all of you guys that are here, this whole team is coming together, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm really glad we're building this community. I'm looking forward to seeing what it can do. But with all of those folks that have subscribed and with all of you who are watching these videos, the channel needs to have 1,000 subscribers and it needs to have 4,000 total watch hours over the life of the 365 days, which this channel is only less than 60 days old, so it just needs 4,000 watch hours. And we're a little bit over 1,100 watch hours right now, but we are picking up steam. We're going faster and faster. We're building this community faster and faster and faster. And that is directly responsible because of you. That's directly because of you folks. As you spread the word, as you bring friends over, if you happen to be able to share this on the Facebook, if you are on our Facebook page or there's a Good Things for Good People Facebook page that you're more than welcome to join. It's just kind of a way to increase the social network and get people involved in the process and hopefully bring those folks over here. We've got a lot of tools when it comes to social media. Unfortunately, for the most part, they're usually not really used to uplift. More likely than not, they're usually used to tear down. So we're just kind of trying to take all those things that are already in place and spin them on their head and use them for good. Whew. It is a little bit chilly this evening, but I am actually a little bit hot under the collar, as the phrase would go. A lot of you who have been here before, or probably all of you who have been here before, know that there's one thing that I talk about basically in every single video, and that is transparency. The whole point of this channel is to raise money to be able to do good things for good people. How that works is the time you spend here is converted via YouTube into revenue. Every click, every minute watched is valuable for that content creator. That is turned into revenue, which is being able to use for whatever it is. Now, most content creators tend to use that to pay for the channel, pay for equipment upgrades, travel, expenses, buy cars, houses, boats, whatever. They can use that revenue for whatever they want to. And no slight against any of those folks. But what the whole idea with this channel is, that whole medium that's already there can be our revenue stream for our philanthropy. So instead of being a charity that asks for donations, I don't want anything from you. I'm not going to ask for anything whatsoever. All I want you to do is spend time here. Spend time on this video, help us make revenue happen, help us grow this thing, tell a friend, tell a family member, get them involved, help grow this whole community we've got going on here. And the faster and faster we grow it, the faster it'll grow, the faster it'll build money, and the more stuff we can do. That's all there is to it. Now, how much revenue are we going to make out of this thing? I don't know. I have no idea. I was talking to my mother earlier, and she asked, how much money are you thinking you're going to make out of this thing? I have no idea. To be honest with you, I have absolutely no clue. The analytics and how that whole thing works with YouTube is super complicated, but in a very short version, it depends on the quality of the viewership, how much money I'm making. So, for instance, if you're a video gaming channel and you're making movies about or videos about playing video games, you have a really, really small revenue stream, right? A lot of people may watch it, but most of those folks are younger, or they don't have discretionary income, they don't have a lot of buying power. There's a lot of people in that space that are making videos about the same thing. So you might make $1.50, maybe $2 per 1,000 views. If you're a really big gaming channel, you may make more than that. But for the most part, they don't make much money. On the other end of that spectrum, if you are a channel about real estate or financial investment or something along those lines, where you're typically going to skew to a more affluent, more wealthy crowd, typically going to be older, have more discretionary income, more spending power. Typically speaking, those channels will see a considerably higher revenue per 1,000 views, to the point of maybe $10, $15, $20, $30 per 1,000 views, depending on the channel. Now, I don't think we're going to be anywhere near $30. That would be amazing. There's no way we're going to be that. But if we're in the $10 range, I'm cool with that. Think about it. All we got to do is just get people to watch a video. If we can have a couple of videos get, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 views every single day, that adds up. And that's really where the beauty of this system goes. As we build a library of content that's here, people can click on it and they can watch a video and they can be here for it. They can watch the whole process of this thing growing. Now, at the moment, we're really in a growth phase, so we're not able to do a lot of real impactful stuff that is real valuable as far as monetarily goes, because right now I'm just spending money out of my own pocket. But eventually we're going to get to that point where we can spend money and we're making money and we're going to be able to highlight that stuff on the channel. Now, I did also confirm this morning that I have my very first Santa gig. I'm going to be at a local retirement community on the 18th, which is a Monday, and I will be doing Santa stuff for seniors that are in a special needs area of an organization there, and I will be handing out and delivering toys to all of those elder good boys and girls, which will be super fun. I'm very excited about that, and I'm looking for other opportunities. I've got some other charities that I'm working with, trying to get in touch with so I can highlight what it is that they're doing, and I think that that's going to be a good revenue stream for us for the channel. I've just got to kind of figure out who I want to associate with and where. That's a work in progress. I'll be honest, that was a lot in my mind. I saw this going a lot smoother, a lot faster, but I've learned a lot in the last less than 60 days about the whole philanthropic and charity world. And I've never really been a philanthropy guy. I've never really been an official charity guy. And I've learned a lot as far as I need to develop some street cred. I need to develop a background. I need to get people believing in me in this project before they are willing to kind of attach themselves, even if it's something as simple as just doing an interview or something very simple. that I've got to really build this thing up, which I kind of saw going the other direction. I was hopefully going to be able to utilize those organizations to be able to push the growth of the channel, which would then help grow the organization. But it is what it is. You know, you learn and you adapt. That's how life is. There is, however, there is one thing I want to talk about that I did not want to talk about. It is, unfortunately, a exact example of what I'm talking about when it comes to charitable organizations and the potential for less than stellar behavior. There is a YouTuber, which I will not mention, who is a gaming YouTuber, and his whole thing is he has a channel that's very, very successful. I think he's somewhere in the 1 million subscriber range, and he has a foundation that he started when his mother passed away from dementia, which I have people in my life that have suffered from and passed away from Alzheimer's and dementia as well, so that's also very near and dear to my heart. Well, this YouTuber has started a foundation and used his platform to be able to generate donations for this foundation. They've also hosted all kinds of live events, they've hosted golf tournaments, and a number of other things to be able to generate revenue for their philanthropic efforts. They say that they're donating these revenues to an Alzheimer's fund or an Alzheimer's organization, as well as to an educational organization that is working on treatment of prevention of dementia, as well as supporting the families of those people who are going through dementia, because dementia is not something that just happens to the person it's happening to. It happens to all of the loved ones and the family members that are around that person as well. And it's truly a terrible, terrible situation. Seeing the person that you knew and that you remember disappearing from you day by day, it is a truly terrible thing. I don't know who's doing construction at 8 o'clock at night in the winter, but whatever. But it's a terrible, terrible thing. So there's obviously going to be a lot of people that are willing to donate to that. And that foundation has taken in hundreds of thousands of dollars over the last several years off of donations from viewers for, whatever. Whether it's a $2 donation or a $10,000 donation, they're all donations, right? Well, it turns out that over the last 10 years, that YouTuber has donated exactly $0 of that foundation's money to the cause. All of that money is accounted for in tax documents, or at least most of it is accounted for in tax documents, but there's no outlay. There's no paper trail whatsoever about where that money is being spent, because it hasn't been spent. It hasn't been given. It hasn't been gifted. They haven't supported any foundations, any causes, any research, anything. Now, what that money's been used for and where that money is, at this point in time, is anybody's guess. I just got turned on to this got turned on to this situation earlier today, and it really got me riled up, because that's a horrible thing. It's a super frustrating, really crappy thing to do, to be honest with you. One, you're taking advantage of people's donations. You're taking advantage of people's goodwill. And unfortunately, when you do that, it puts a bad taste in people's mouths, and people are less likely to do things like that once they've been burnt once before. Two, you're taking advantage of people that are in a terrible situation, that are in later stages of life most of the time, that are suffering from dementia, and families that are around them that are suffering through this whole thing. And you're using them purely for PR, I guess. There's no evidence whatsoever that the monies that are being made off this are being used for the betterment of the creator. But there's also absolutely no evidence that any of this has been used for any kind of good cause whatsoever. And that's one of the things that I want to show with you guys is I want to be transparent with you. I want you to understand and believe in this process. I want you to see the analytics. When we start making money, I want you to see how much money we are raising. I want you to see what we do with the money that we're raising. I don't want it to just go into some amorphous fund or go to some random charity that you have no idea what's going to happen with your money. Because your time is money, right? You've heard that phrase before. Your time is money, and I want to be a good steward of that time and money. I want to be able to do good things with it, and I want to be able to put it to work. I don't want to just set it in a bank account for 10 years and not make it impactful. Even if it's $1,000, even if it's $100, there are things you can do to impact people in a positive way with any level of funding. It's extremely frustrating that this is a thing, and I want you guys to understand how honestly open I want to be about this. I don't want to do this for my own betterment. That's not the point. I live comfortably. I have everything I possibly could need. What I want to do is I want to use this thing to really impact people in a positive way. Random acts of kindness, doing good deeds for people, good things for good people. That's the whole premise. It's not doing good things for Austin and making him look like a good guy. That's not what the name of the channel is. It would also be a really long channel, and it doesn't really roll off the tongue. But it's really frustrating, and I hope you guys understand that. And that's why I'm trying to be so honest with you guys and so over the top as far as the analytics go, is I want you to understand it. I want you to get used to the fact that you're part of the team, that you're part of the board of directors that's going to determine how this whole thing goes. You're part of the decision-making voters. You own stock in this to be able to make it vote and figure out how we're going to use this thing, how we're going to do what we're going to do with this thing. You matter. You are the ones that are making this happen. If it wasn't for all of you, I would just be some guy that's getting really cold on his porch right now. That's it. With you guys, with the power that we can develop this thing, we can generate revenue, we can do great things. And I want you guys to understand that we really, really can. And it's not something where I'm going to just take that money and put it in a coffee can and bury it in the backyard. And then maybe someday find a fund that's good enough to fund. That's not what I want to do. I want to make money every single month. I want to turn that money around every single month and do something great with it. Or I want to do 50 great things with it. Lots of little things. We can do that. But I want you guys to understand, that's why I'm so serious about this. That's why I really, really want to keep this so above board, so transparent with you guys, because I don't want anybody to question this. I don't want you to think, oh, well, Austin's just going to go out and buy himself a Lamborghini. No, I don't need a Lamborghini. I don't have anywhere to park a Lamborghini. I don't want a Lamborghini. I like old, crappy cars, okay? If you don't know that about me, I like old, crappy cars. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. I got to get packing, and I got to get my butt to Indianapolis for the rest of the weekend. The next couple videos are going to be from Indianapolis. I have a couple of spots that I'm planning on going because, you know, I'm going to make sure that I eat well while I'm there. But I will always keep my eyes open for good deeds that I can do while I'm there, all out of my own element here in Columbus, Ohio. So if you're going to be in Indianapolis, I hope I run into you. If you're not going to be in Indianapolis, make sure you tune in. I will try to continue doing daily videos with you guys and keeping you updated on the progress of the channel. But for right now, yay us, 530 subscribers. Yay us, more than 1,100 view hours. We're growing fast and we're doing great. We're just getting started, folks. We're just getting started. Thanks for being here. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.